is about ready to join the 10 mug club. So somebody go to the warehouse in the ESPN shipping department, get that thing sent to Charlottesville, Virginia, care of Lars, Tiffany, our next guest.
The head coach of the Cavaliers is here after last weekend's victory over Brown that now gets him to Maryland and the next step toward potential return to the Baltimore-Washington area, hopefully for the Final Four. All right, so let's get the proverbial elephant out of the room here. The deal with Brown last week, how was that? Did we handle that okay? Everything, kept it all buttoned up, huh? How'd you do?
Yeah, well, my men did better than I did. For me, it was an emotional wreck. Just playing the alma mater, playing a team that I coached for 10 years and lived in that state and was passionate and bled Brown. That's not easy for me, but the men were fantastic. And first of all, give Brown credit. I had a great April. Went from 0-2 in the Ivy Conference to sharing and earning the first place recognition and the home seed in the Ivy tournament. And what they did in April was fantastic. And they gave us everything we'd handle, for 3 quarters. But the experience, the wisdom of being there, and then just great players. Matt Moore, Connor Schellenberger, Peyton Cormier on attack started scoring a lot of goals for us, especially in the second half against the people's goalie, as the Brown goalie is known as. And Peter LaSalle gave us a lot of extra possessions at the faceoff X. So it was a really exciting atmosphere. There is nothing more electric than Providence, Rhode Island, Stevenson Field in the month of May. And 3,200 fans, raucous, hostile. What an environment. The reason you come to Virginia, to be the man in the arena, as Teddy Roosevelt calls it, to feel the jeers and the boos and the angst. We performed well in that raucous environment.
Coach, I know the feeling. Wes and I go through that every day, even in my own house.
Jeez, stop. Oh, my God.
By the way, you mentioned Connor. It seems like he's starting to get healthy at the right time because he has just been dominant here lately.
Yeah, he stepped up. Connor Schellenberger, obviously, what he did last year in May in the NCAA tournament is well documented and well known, and thus why he was the most outstanding player of the tournament in 2021. And he showed us why up in Providence, Rhode Island, scoring the first 2 goals of the game, and the electrifying diving goal he had. And then the 4 assists to combine with his 4 goals. Yeah, Connor Schellenberger stepped up. Now, he knows he's going to be drawing a lot more attention, but from this Maryland team, who has excellent defensemen, but it helps to have Matt Moore, that 1-2 punch, to have 2 different quarterbacks, so all the pressure's not on Connor's shoulders. Matt certainly wants some of that for himself.
Lars, where is, in this game and in the film study and all the things you are so great about, kind of hitting the hot spots with your team, where in all this is the long game? Do you kind of say, hey, wait a second, guys, we're kind of built for this moment? Because it was amazing. When the bracket was announced, there was as much conversation about this game as there was any game that took place in the first round. So how do you handle the long game here?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're right. A lot of the conversation was about who wasn't in, and that happens every tournament. But we've never had this much controversy. Notre Dame absolutely should be in there. Kevin Corrigan and his team were fantastic. From the end of March throughout April and early May, there was almost no one better, except for Maryland, and they absolutely should be in this. And certainly, Duke has a very good argument with their RPI and strength of schedule. So, once you do the coach speak, hey, there is no second round if we don't win the first round. We've got to go to Providence, Rhode Island. Disappointed not to be playing at home in Klockner in front of our fantastic fan base, but we focused on what we needed to do. But you're right, here it is. When we played earlier in the year against the University of Maryland, this was number 1 versus number 2, and it's here it is in the quarterfinals. We've played each other in the 2019 NCAA tournament. We played each other in the 2021 NCAA tournament. So it seems inevitable that it's going to happen, and it's happening in Ohio in the quarterfinals, and it's a fantastic game. What's great for us is we got to play them once. We didn't solve the equation, though. Don't get me wrong. This is the number 1 team in the country for a reason. The NCAA Selection Committee got that part right. 2021, Maryland was undefeated, 0 losses in the regular season, and they were the number 3 seed. This year they got it right. Maryland's number 1 seed, again, with 0 losses through the regular season and the Big Ten tournament. They are the best team that I've seen in the last 10, 15 years. Exceptional on offense and no weaknesses anywhere else.
Now, that's a strong statement. In the last 10 to 15 years, you think this is the best team? I mean, you've had some of those teams, but you think this Maryland team is really that cut above everybody else to that standard?
I do. We had to peel ourselves off Audi Field after getting steamrolled by 11 goals of what they did to us just 2 months ago. When's the last time a team went 0 losses in the regular season 2 seasons in a row? I mean, so for me, I've got to go back to University of Virginia, 2006, the team that went undefeated. Dom Starge's undefeated team that won the national championship and really bullied most of the competition that whole season, winning a majority of games in that 8 to 10 goal range. So I think since the 06 Virginia team, this is the best team out there. What John Tillman's done 2 years in a row to go undefeated is almost unprecedented.
All right, David. So how you going up the hill with the stone to slew Goliath?
Yes, exactly. Well, it's what we know we have to play really well. We know we've got to focus on the next play. And the beauty of that is we can just focus on that. And, I'm not going to get into the underdog thing. We don't talk about that here. We don't talk about, hey, because they've done this. We don't worry about that. When you're Virginia, you're supposed to have the pressure on you. But we love that pressure. And so what we're going to focus on here is every time we step on that field, just play great. Just make the next play. Be focused on it. Make a mistake, don't worry about it. Go off and make the next play. And that attitude is why we've been so successful in the month of May. Because if you start focusing on the result, you feel more pressure. If you start focusing on what the media and who's the underdog, and you start worrying there is no tomorrow if we don't win today, forget all that. Focus on your teammates. Stay inclusive as opposed to insular, where you just get focused on yourself and too much and block out that noise. And what I've seen our month of May in our men in the locker room as we stay united, high five and more touch points, that's what we're going to focus on. And that's the message that we've had all, forever. Always what we do in the month of May.
Lars, I want to tell you, I think the orange helmets are slick. I'd just go with those.
Yeah, the orange helmets does. When I see that orange helmet, I think of us in the quarterfinals because we've worn them oftentimes in playoff lacrosse. So you're right. I think it does resonate with us and playoff lacrosse. And
see, Pack, I told you, orange helmets, Pack.
You were high on those early in the week.
I like the orange helmets, Lars. I'm not going to lie to you. Virginia comes at you with some combinations. I mean, heck, we got the white one here. I've seen the blue, but I like the orange now. I like if that what this means and that's what it takes to get the orange, I'm all about that.
Well, I let it up to the captains. The captains and the men decide what color we wear and the combinations they want to go with. So I'm always about the last one to find out. It's they have a lot of fun with that, because we are fortunate. We have a great sponsorship, with Nike and our lacrosse manufacturer Warrior, and we can do a lot of different combinations. And but I barely notice. I barely know. Because I'm looking, inside them, and I'm seeing a team that loves the competition, that loves to compete, and and obviously a huge challenge for the University of Maryland and their undefeated season again this year. But we're flying up to Columbus, Ohio on Friday, taking a charter, really fancy. Thank you, NCAA, and then. Get ready to play in some heat. Looks like it's going to be a hot weekend here.
By the way, when you played Maryland 2 months ago, and you mentioned, hey, they had your number that day. Mm-hmm. Did you know, Lars, when you were coming home? You know what? We'll see these guys again. We're going to have to see them again to win a national championship. Now, again, that was 2 months ago. 2 months ago today.
Exactly the way you said it right at the very end there. We're going to have to play them to win a national championship. I knew that. We knew driving home that Maryland was going to be in the way eventually. Now, the challenge was, could we make sure we win our games? We knew Maryland wasn't going to lose. And we knew that we would, if we played well and we did our job, that Maryland would be there because they're just too good. And so, yes, at that moment, coming home from D.C. 2 months ago, this has been something like, there is no question, the national championship goes through the University of Maryland, and that happens this weekend in the quarterfinals.
Wow. I tell you what, we're excited to see it happen. Congratulations on the win. Good luck this weekend, but also congratulations on the 10 Mug Club, right, Pat?
This is your 10th appearance. You get a free Packer and Durham mug that's coming your way from the ESPN shipping department at some point in time.
That's big time. Now, there can't be too many people in that club. This is exclusive.
Well, there's not many. I was thinking Carla Williams does not have one. Tony Bennett does not have one. Tony Elliott does not have one. No, I think you might be the only University.
Brian
of Virginia
O'Connor does not have one.
Does not have one.
No.
You're the guy.
Wow.
Leader in the clubhouse. How about that?
This is humbling. I'm putting this on my resume.
You should.
I will tell you, Lars.
Forget back-to-back natties. Now you got a mug.
Former Virginia women's lacrosse star and current ACC Network analyst Dana Boyle
Does not have
She's
one.
too short, right?
She's short of 10.
She's short. So you're the first
Wahoo.
First Cavalier.
I know. I'm completely. I'm going to go speechless.
Hey, don't go speechless because communication will be key on Sunday. That's part of it. You got to talk. You got to talk to them.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Always great to see you. Good luck. Pulling for you.
Thank you, fellas. We'll take that.
All
Good
right.
luck.
Thanks. Lars, Tiffany.